Starting to the top left of Belchevestic, we have the third player for Team AZUBU. It is
AZUBU Supernova.
Supernova being the third player here, the second Terran to come out against the Canadian Zerg player. Starting for Team Axiom-Acer, we have to the bottom right of the map
Acer Scarlet.
Scarlet with 2 wins already. Very smart play today.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, 2 sneaky builds, basically, back-to-back. And this could be the first time she's planning for a late game. Obviously, the last game, the late game transition was there. She was already going as the Ultralist, but the plan that she had earlier was really rough. And look at this. It's the most forward barracks I've ever seen.
Supernova is going to be revealed in a second, and there it is. That is the worst case for Team AZUBU.
And he doesn't know also that she's seen it. So
exactly. And all that she has to do is send out a drone, attack the SCV, make sure that she gets the a shift right click on the SCV, and then it's going to be fine.
I think she's waiting on purpose until the last second to show that she's seen it, because that way he loses the most time on his command center first that he'll have to transition into. I don't think she's going to let that finish, though.
Well, she saw it. She saw it for sure. This is a conscious decision that she's making at this point. She does not attack it on purpose, but she knows what's going on here. That's for sure.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised she did not attack it, or, you know, at the very last second, because the longer it waits, then obviously if she just sends it early, he's going to cancel and just go command center first. He's not that far behind, but she's...
I would have expected her to send out a few drones to take down the SCV.
She sees the bunker. I mean, the Overlord has vision of the bunker, is what I mean to say.
If you immediately send out a drone and the Terran player is going to cancel the barracks, and we'll just head into a command center first. But now this becomes a little bit weird. She doesn't take gas in the main base, and she's completely confident in her abilities to take down this bunker.
Yeah, she saw... I mean, the vision of the bunker was there, but whether she knows it or not, I'm not entirely... It's not very clear, but...
I'm very confused. I mean, yes, she can go for the spine crawler, but why let the bunker finish? There is no need.
Yeah, with the second bunker, I don't think she can protect this hatchery.
No, she won't.
Yeah, I just don't think it's possible.
Even with the double spine crawler.
And he's going to target the spines here, as you can see.
I mean, this is a conscious decision. This is not her, like, not seeing it. She saw it right from the start.
Yeah. Well,
she even changed the direction of the Overlord.
We'll see if something comes of this. Obviously, Supernova is transitioning to one base play back at home with the Hellions coming down, but so counterattacks are not going to be very effective. And the Queen is out now. The hatchery will not survive.
I am not quite sure why she puts herself in this position.
Definitely not something that she had to do.
I'm really a little bit speechless here. I mean, she's going to take down these bunkers, I feel. There's only one SCV, but she has to make sure that the Lings are also getting the surface area, and right now that's not the case.
Yeah, the Lings not quite able to do it, but you know what?
The SCV is gone.
She may hold this hatchery, Calder, I guess.
Yeah, but she can hold the hatchery, but still, the investment that she had to take here was an unnecessary one.
Yeah, I mean, all the Lings that she just made is something that you never want to have to spend your larva on. The hatchery getting a little bit lower here, down to 193, but it's safe.
The hatch won't get down. The hatch will be safe. But I'm not quite sure if that was really worth it. I mean, that could have been better. She could have actually just denied the bunker. Yeah. I mean, you know, where's the advantage of having this situation in comparison to sending over the drones in the second the barracks is done and the bunker is being started? All Marines that come out will immediately being attacked by the drones. Then you can take down the SCV that builds the bunker. The Terran player has to lift and fly back home and cannot have any units at this point that could threaten you. So in this situation, yes, she saves the hatch, but I feel she could be in an even better spot than she is now.
Totally agree. But with the hatchery saved, this puts Supernova in a little bit of an awkward position where he's now forced to be very aggressive because, yes, he can start his command center as he does, but obviously it's a little bit later than he would like. So to catch up in that sense, you know, he didn't do enough damage with that bunkering to feel comfortable here. He's going to go into Banshees, it looks like. So that's going to potentially blindside Scarlet if she doesn't scout it, but the Overlord is in position, could see it.
She still has a position now where she's on 2 bases. We just now see the second base for Supernova, but the Banshees could definitely do a number on her.
And actually, she did see the tech lab on the starport with that Overlord already.
She's heading also into the lair tech, so she should be, even if there is like a cloaking, she should be ready to get the overseers out. And as you can see, the creep spread for her is decent at this point, given the circumstance that we had in this game. Still a little bit of a weird opening. Definitely going to ask her later what was up with that.
Yeah,
what the thought process was there. It was scary.
We may potentially have an interview with her actually afterwards if she becomes the MVP for her team, so we might even be able to hear right away. And additional barracks going down. Supernova's just transitioning here, only makes the 1 Banshee. He's just going to go into stim off of that tech lab. So I kind of like this because this puts a little bit of pressure on the creep tumors, and we'll give him some more scouting information. He doesn't invest a lot of gas on that, and of course the tech lab just becomes useful for him. He'll start stimming any moment here.
Taking the triple gas now that the lair tech has been started.
Yeah.
And Scarlet is still, I mean, she has a 10 supply lead at this point in time. We have for Supernova also the Viking that is being built, so the Overlords that are scattered across the map will be taken out by him. Let's see how much damage the Banshee can actually dish out. We have already the Spore Collars ready.
Yeah.
At least getting a few kills here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's no way you can really stop 100% the damage the Banshee does, but you can try to minimize it. In this case, in total, Banshee got 2 kills, I believe it was. Yeah, so only 2. No preemptive Overlords here on the Viking, so she's actually going to be supply blocked for quite some time, which is, for her, not the end of the world because she's trying to build up that gas bank for the Mutalisk anyway. That's still a little bit of an annoyance. She'd obviously rather have some more drones out.
Yeah. Spire is now halfway completed, something that has also been spotted, and now Siege Tank at the front. Scarlet with a good creep spread, this is kind of her trademark style also. And she can go into the 3rd base now, especially as soon as she has the Mutalisks out there. Getting the 3rd base is not going to be a problem for her. Yeah. Whereas Supernova is still holding the dominant position on the map, at least for now. Outside of the creep, that is.
Yeah. And, you know, basically he's just trying to deny the creep on the right side. He can't stop all of it, though. That's why the left side creep is still continuing as we speak. And all the Overlords pulled back here, so no real vision for Scarlet about where any drops might come through. That was a really good scan. He got a lot of tumors with that.
Still on the Overlord being taken out here by the Viking. And the Baneling there. So going into Ling Meter Baneling as you would expect from the start. And on the other hand, we have Supernova still playing pretty solid, using the scans here to force the creep back, take down the creep tumors as many as he can, and always making sure that the Zerglings are not going to be an issue. But Scarlet is on top of things, immediately replacing those creep tumors.
Yeah. Scarlet, one of the best players there is in the world when it comes to creep. In my opinion, the best foreigner at it for sure.
Her mechanics, when it comes down to the creep tumor micromanagement, are really good.
Notice something really interesting about Supernova's play here is that he's not going Bio-Widowmine, he's just going regular Bio-Tank. And this is something we haven't really seen all too much since the Widowmines, of course, were introduced in this expansion.
Yeah, most players, Terran players, agree that it's much easier to rely on Widowmine and Bio instead of tanks because you don't have those siege up and siege off processes, you don't have the manual targeting. The Widowmine's a lot faster with the burrowing, but now we have Mutalisks once again in the base of the Terran player. She could snipe one of the tanks here, and she will.
Yeah, the whole Bio army is away, so there's not really any anti-air back at home. But Scarlet is going to have to deal with this. She needs to start some Banelings right now to be able to hold this push.
There they are. Zerglings are also being built for reinforcements. And the Mutalisks are already on their way back. Could pick off some reinforcements. The Spinecrawler is trying to get into position. The reinforcements are just not there yet. The Banelings, she needs them. And she will have them.
Yeah, she will have them, but she loses the hatchery. And this is already enough damage for Supernova to say.
A lot of stims have been used by the Terran player. The Mutalisks starting in and taking down those siege tanks. The manual targeting was decent, but the Banelings are taking care of most of the Marines already.
Yeah, that Banshee's definitely going to be cleaned up in just a few seconds as well. So that was a fairly even trade because the hatchery being gone means that a lot of income will be lost for Scarlet, but Supernova, of course, losing his entire army here.
Yeah, he lost the entire army and is now just barely on even supply with her. But 2 base against 2 base, Scarlet rebuilding the hatch. And that was one of the problems that occurred because she had taken so much damage early on with the attack. The hatch was not on 100% HP, so Supernova could dart in and take it out.
Yeah, that's why that happened. And also, the reason why she didn't restart the hatchery immediately was because she wanted to build up her Mutalisk count a little bit first, so spent the resources a little bit faster on those.
Draw play on the way. Supernova now in the main base with the missile turret. Safe so far. Only a few SCVs at the refinery being taken out. But the drop to the bottom left is ready to stim in and take some drone kills at the third base.
I like this because he knows that there's no overlords. He cleaned them up already with his Viking. He comes in here now and will kill definitely at least a few of these harvesters. A lot of them going down. A little bit of a late reaction here.
Great position here for Supernova. Really well done. Scarlet suffering a lot of drone losses.
And if she's not careful, it may lose the hatchery as well. There's no new units nearby here.
She was already low in drones before that happened, and now she lost even more. The hatch is going to be safe. That's not going to be the issue. Even takes down the medevac, but still, that is a problem. Not only losing the harvesters here, but now the hatch is already damaged, and with another drop, he could take out the base.
Don't forget, Supernova has +1, and he's about to be on 1/1 upgrades. Scarlet's Evolution Chamber is a little bit later, so she's down on upgrades in this game, too.
+1/+1 is started for her. She's adding the extra queens now. But the Terran player takes a lead in overall supply, and she cannot really... Well, she's fighting the missile turrets here, but she cannot really do a lot of damage in the main base. The missile turrets give Supernova enough time to get his units into position, losing only the missile turret here.
Yeah, good micro on the mutas, though. I like that a lot. Hold the weakened muta back, the one that was targeted by the missile turret first. You know, Supernova is... He's just got this dominant army that's moving across the map, and as far as army supply goes, he's nearly doubling Scarlet's right now, so he knows he has this aggressive timing. He wants to go finish what he started at that hatchery. If he can kill this third base, he knows that even though he doesn't have a third command center in position, the amount of damage he's done is so critical that it's going to be hard for Scarlet to recover.
These drop plays are really doing a number on her, and now the Terran player moving out into position at the third.
Pool.
And it's such a tough position for her. She has to defend the tech in the main base, but if she moves to the right, the base to the left will go down because it's already halfway down in hit points.
Yeah, exactly, and that's exactly what he goes for. And the drop even gets away for now. The drones, most of them getting away, but he wants the hatchery anyways. Baneling's forced to cancel there.
The siege tank composition is really working so well for Supernova in this game. He's doing a great job taking out the third base now and even pushing into the natural, taking out the Banelings that are currently morphing. Scarlet is on her last leg here. GG. A very weird game. I feel at the beginning she invested so much. The thing is, if you look at it from her point of view, I feel what happened here is she looked at the situation there was with the barracks and she said, okay, if I let this barracks finish, you will invest a lot of minerals here and I can make sure that you will not get the best trade out of it. Then she waited a little bit too long, the two bunkers went up and she tried to crush that. But in order to do it, she had to build Zerglings, which she never wants to build because she wants to get drones instead. Yep. The Zerglings didn't really do a lot of damage because of the positions that we had for those two bunkers. That was very smart play by Supernova. The mineral lines, you could really see when the Zerglings were running in. They got so little surface area that it was not a cost-efficient trade. So in the end, it works out in Supernova's favor. And then he plays such a smart game with attacking that already damaged hatch later on with a push in, takes out the natural.
Then damages the third, goes for that follow-up push again. I mean, beyond that, he had the much better army anyways, no matter where he attacked. But
I cannot wait for the break to happen now. I want to ask her if she didn't see it on the minimap, which I cannot imagine happened. She must have seen it, so it has to be a conscious decision.
But I think the barracks finish makes 100% sense, because if you attack it, then he's just like, whatever, he cancels it and goes commands it first. He lost some minerals, of course, but it's much easier for him to do that. But if you only pull 4 drones, for example, as the barracks finish, you can kill every Marine that comes out. Then he's like, well, I don't want to make Marines anymore. He lifts the barracks, he loses production time, and then he doesn't have anything at home to defend against a possible counterattack.
Think about what she invested. It's 2 spine crawlers that she doesn't want to build.
So that's 2
if she can avoid it. 2 drones gone. Also the mineral investment. You have to get Zerglings, sacrifice lava instead of getting the drones out there. And I was very surprised to not see her just pull 2, 3, 4 drones as soon as she saw the barracks finish, move down, target down the SCV, have the rest of the drones just sit tight at the barracks, wait for the Marines to come out, 2 at each side, taking them out. I feel that it
was a little bit weird.
Yeah. We have a Terran sniper. Ryung is coming in to snipe Supernova. Terran versus Terran, one of his best matchups.
Yeah, he's known for this matchup. It was called the TVT Sniper by fans internationally.
Well, guys, we have another 5-minute break coming up, and we will, of course, head down and ask Scarlet what the thought process was in the last game. We'll update you as soon as we are back. And Ryung is now the next player for Axiom-Acer. They are still in good spot. They had 1 map, but now it's time for Ryung to do what he does best, snipe a Terran player. And Supernova, he knows that he has a tough battle ahead of him. After 5 minutes, we're gonna find out if Young will take the point or if Supernova is able to put 2 on the scoreboard for his team, for Team AZUBU. So see you guys in 5 minutes.